Fiji Rugby Union for hosting this. I know it's not easy to put together a group of keen, enthusiastic rugby people and then get them to ask questions that sometimes you don't want the answers to. So it's good that you've done it. Well done. I know it's for the benefit of Fiji rugby and the pathways of moving forward. Listening to Oscar, Mick, mostly around obviously the men's game, I think everyone's on the same page. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants better human beings in their rugby team, and I think if you can get the better human being in your rugby team, you get a better rugby team. For me, beginning of my campaign last year, I just wanted to make sure that everyone felt like they were part of the Drua. We went to Kandavu, we played at the Coral Coast Sevens, we did our own 10s tournament. Put a proposal together to play against the Skipper Cup selection team. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. That proposal again for this year is definitely on the cards. I want to be involved with everything in Fiji rugby. I was extremely lucky to go to the World Cup and see what happens when a Fiji team's together for a long period with this common goal, and that is what happened in France, and obviously a fantastic result to make the quarterfinals. So I've been lucky to be involved in Fiji rugby for 5 years, and this doesn't change for me. I want everyone to believe that and feel that the Drua is part of your team, your country. I know a few of you would have travelled over the seas. The Drua is everyone's favourite team. So we in Fiji are pretty critical at times of performance, which is exactly why we do it. That's professional rugby. We want people to wear their heart on their sleeve. And if things aren't quite right, we hear about it. But I can assure you, the brand overseas is as strong as it is here. And that's credit to everyone that was involved in setting up the Drua. And it's my responsibility at the moment to make sure that that continues. The responsibility, in my opinion, and 100% will be run and driven by Fijians. And that is essentially where this club's going to. So that's it. That's stuff around where I believe. Like any organisation, the Drua through Mick, we started. We heard some great things from Oscar, I reckon, around our values. Also with the Flying Fijians, we also started 4 years ago with the values of a club, and this year I want to change it. And for me, when we try and employ a player, so I'm not sure if everyone understands how the Drua works. We employ 37 to 40 full-time rugby athletes, and that can be up from 1 year to 3 years. That is part of the job of professional rugby, is to have someone employed in your thing. That means we can then not select outside that 37 to 40 players. Our job then also is to employ a development squad, and I want to touch on that more than probably the full-time squad, because I think the development squad is the most important part of our moving forward into what you guys in this room want to do around World Cups and winning rugby. So that's also part of the Drua. But to reassess anyone's values in an organisation, doesn't matter whether it's sport or business, you have to understand why you do it, and you have to actually believe what they are. So for us, we've gone to have a Drua person. So a Drua person has to be disciplined, has to be respected, have to be united about what they're doing, and have to have the right attitude. So if we're employing a player, this is what we'd look at. And if you don't follow those words, then you don't belong in the Drua. And how we're going to do it, and we're going to set it up this year, because again it's new, and I want you to all think about this, what your mum and dad taught you about those 4 words. And if your mum and dad brought you up in the right way, those 4 words mean something massively towards you. So if you're sitting in the Drua, and I'm now day 1 of the Drua, which I will be, I'll be sitting here, you've got your pen and paper, I want you to think now of what those 4 words mean to you. What did your mum teach you? What did your dad teach you? So just take 2 minutes, have a good think about it. This doesn't mean just rugby, that means about your life and what they mean to you. Because 4 words on the wall doesn't really mean anything. You have to live by them. And as we know, family in Fiji is more important than anything, family and faith. So if you believe in what your mum and dad have taught you, you come into the Drua building, you have to follow these 4 words and live them. And then it comes to the rugby field. You've got to have some effort around what you're doing when you pull the rugby jersey on, and you've got to have some care for the guy next to you. And there's no doubt about it, people that have watched Super Rugby for the last 4 years, last year was by far the toughest Super Rugby I think that's been going around for a long time. The Australian team had the Lions, New Zealand teams had a new head coach. So all those little bits and pieces make winning extremely difficult. And again, I'll put my hand up as a head coach that we didn't get everything right around forming the right leadership path, also understanding what our young men need. So a lot of work and a lot of thinking for me has gone around this. And I can assure you, as I stand up here, that is going to be one of our biggest work-ons, around creating better human beings in the Drua jersey. We do that, it helps Fiji Rugby, and it helps every side of things around what you're putting your money into, what you're coming to watch, what you believe in the right way of how we do things, not only here, but also with the national team. So this is the path of the Drua. So obviously, as you know, the first year in 2022 was coming out of COVID. So you watch the Dean's Cup on Saturday and think how amazing that is. We missed an opportunity in 2022 to have a fully understanding of what our young men had gone through Drua, through COVID. So you've gone from COVID to leaving your village to living in Australia. And I don't really understand if everyone understands how hard that was. So to be part of a young man's life who had 3 to 2 years off school because of COVID, then to be in a professional rugby organisation, to get 15 guys playing for the national team is a pretty unbelievable feat by Master Nathar, Bill, Senarusi, guys that identify young talent at a young age, Simon, to get those guys into a Drua team and then have 15 of them that year play for their national team is no mean feat. What we've done and I'm very proud of, every year we've had more and more national players come out of the club. And that is important. Again, the Drua for me, like I said, I was with the national team before the Drua. The Drua is a pathway to the national team. And it's extremely important that we understand that. I know what the Fiji Rugby Union will have to understand and work out is where do they go? Do they go overseas or do they stay in Fiji? So the big point for me is the team best to have a balance of overseas players plus players playing for the Drua. And that's something I'm sure that will be worked on and understood what is best for the national team. But the best for the Drua team is to have as many flying Fijians playing for our club as possible. So they can go out here on Saturday against Tonga and learn how to win. And that's important. You've got to learn how to win. So for the Drua, it's a proud moment that every year upon year, we've put on more players into the white jersey. Extremely important. I see, like I talked about right at the beginning, the chance of a development. We had 10 in our development last year. As an organisation, we didn't do enough development of them. As you know, probably three actually end up playing for the Drua. It's important that we get this development right. And the great news, I thought, that last month was that Fiji are back into the Junior World Cup. And this is an extremely important point for moving forward. So 2026 is a really important year for the Flying Fijians under 20s, but also for us about getting the development right and a partnership, I believe, between the two companies. I know we heard Mick talk about 2027, but for us, it's at the club, we're looking at 3031. Because if we can get that right of the development of this year into that year, that means in the middle here, we're going to have some very good success for Super Rugby. So there's definitely a match between getting this right to move forward to that, but in the middle of that period, it's about Super Rugby. And we, like I said, it's your team, we want to win trophies. And imagine that, imagine coming down here and bringing the trophy down here for Super Rugby. I know what happened when the Sevens came back from winning gold. I think everyone's got a Super Rugby team. Winning Super Rugby would be everyone's dream. Winning Super Rugby then means you're going to win a World Cup. So for me, I thought the team that represented the Fiji under-20s here were unbelievable. And 17 of those players are going to be eligible for the under-20s. So it'd be fantastic to have a combination of what Fiji Rugby does with the Drua in making sure that we contract 15 of those players and they become our development. They get full-time coaching. Fiji Rugby are challenging them for the Georgia to win the Junior World Cup. To get that right, then 8 to 5 of those players become Super Rugby players in 2028. And I say that because there's no doubt about it. We heard from Oscar, people are going to go overseas. We are going to lose some rugby players to overseas. Now again, I ask the question, that's probably what Fiji Rugby needs. We need players to learn their trade overseas. They need to learn and understand how other teams play. And I think if you get that balance right for 30-31, if 10 of those players are playing overseas for about 8 years, they become the pinnacle of their rugby time. I think again, for us at the Drua, our understanding of working together is extremely important around how we get it right. You get that, then those 15 players plus another 15 come together and win a World Cup. And again, I thought we heard from Mick, I thought he spoke very strongly around the roots and where he wants to go, but this isn't for one World Cup, this is every single World Cup. And you've got the right people in the room to do this. The Drua opened the doors to Skipper Cup last year. The doors are always open. We had one club come through and visit us, and it was great to see the club there. This is open to every club, every Skipper Cup. Again, I'd be really, really excited to play a Skipper Cup selection team, and then we could play a game as one of our pre-season games against the Skipper Cup selection. We're playing the Chiefs this year in New Zealand. It's important we take the team to New Zealand and play the best. You can only win if you play the best. So we've got a weekend that I think would be really important if we can buy together and get the two working together well. So I'll just finish off quickly because I know everyone was asleep after the lunch. For me, there's a really important aspect here. If the white jersey's strong, okay, the blue jersey's going to win. And it works like that, but it also works the other way. If this blue jersey's strong, then the white jersey's going to win. And it's really important. I felt like a big thanks to the media. I know I had an open day with the media before last year. I think their drive of rugby in this town is extremely good, of this country. We have very good media selling our game. We need to be together in all rooms, in all aspects. Again, so to Master Nathar and putting this together, Collie, obviously it's a fabulous idea. I think the questions that we've got around the fields are really important. I've got a guy coming from New Zealand who's delivering 1,000 rugby balls in September, and he's going to send them to villages and think. One of my biggest bugbears of this country is rugby balls. We talk about skill versus development versus option taking. It's pretty hard to make a good 20-metre miss pass with a Coke bottle or a coconut. So again, I went to World Rugby. Why haven't we got 100,000 ball drops on the country? Lucky enough to bring 1,000 in. We will be going out to give it to clubs and things. I know if you want some balls, put your hand up. 1, good. 2, just making sure people's listening. All right, so we've got 4. No, you're too late, Mandy. You didn't put your hand up. They got enough balls. They get it off us already. So things like that, I think we just got to think outside the square. How do we make our athletes better? Not only on the field and off the field. Again, just quickly, I would like to say, I don't know if Oscars might have gone, but the buy-in of working with him and the Sevens program this year has been unbelievable. And again, I think there's good people in the room that understand that we need to work together to get the best out of everybody. We'll continue to do that. He's already asked for young Malali to come and play, so we're having a little bit of a fight about that. But I'd like to see him in a white jersey even before a Drua jersey. Keep him in. We've got some special young men that we want to make sure they live and breathe rugby for as long as this fella with all the sponsorship on his shirt now. Again, I know it's pretty quick, but I just want to make sure we understand the importance and the passion that I have for this country, for this club, but also for the white jersey. And again, for you two men to put this together, it's a very important week, I think, not only for us, but for Fiji Rugby. Anaka, thank you very much.
All right, we have time for a question from the floor. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Two questions.
Just a question. Like through preparation, I can hear the story. There's a lot of things been going around. Do you work with the local referees to help in the laws?
Well, as I'm not sure if everyone knows, I was a referee, and again, for me, it's extremely passionate that the referees in Fiji become, I'm not going to say better, but they need a referee in Super Rugby. So for me, yes, I've always opened the doors again. We were very lucky to have 2 referees 2 years ago. The one thing is we open our doors and not everyone walks through. This is really important. When an invitation is open to come in and do things, we're doing it for the right reason. And so again, for me, is a bugbear that for me is that as referees, we need to come in and work harder. We need to come in and experience. We have open trainings 4 times a week. We want referees there. We want them to make them better because we need them in Super Rugby.
Thank you.
And you get better referees, you get better grounds, you get better balls, you get a better game. And it all ties in together. And we're all here, not to hide, we're here to work together to make sure that we've got the right people loving this game forever. New Zealand rugby, I can only relate to New Zealand rugby because I worked with them for 24 years, would be an envy of this, what we're doing now. Rugby in the Southern Hemisphere is going through some tough times. For me, I don't think Fiji is. I think Fiji's just right there with the right sponsors who want to be part of the game, the right people running the game. There is a big opportunity here for this country to really move through the ranks, and that again goes to refereeing as well.
Thank you. Mr. Oda?
This year we saw the Drua's performance was pretty average, right? What do you think their performance will be like next year? This year wasn't good at all, you know? Comparing it to the previous year, they went into the quarters. This year they were right at the bottom. And from us, from sports-loving people, you know, we'd like the Drua to be right on top there, and it went backwards. So what really happened? And that's the first question. The second question is the disciplines, the four.
The Drua man, so go discipline.
Yeah, discipline. And
Yeah.
what else you have there? I forgot already. But you know, it didn't really go well when we saw on social media what some of the Drua players were doing. And then everyone was saying, no wonder the Druas didn't perform well. Look at what they're doing on social media. Drinking, having a good time. That's the sort of question, and it goes against the principle of what you had put up there.
Yeah, well, first of all, what's the first question?
First question is,
What are we
this
gonna do
year
now?
the Drua didn't perform it well.
Yeah.
But what's your expectation of the Drua performance next year?
Yeah, well, again, we were one point off where we were to make the quarterfinals, so there was 8, there was 6, so that's one of the things, right? So we're probably actually no less. I'm not going to hide by the fact that I was extremely disappointed with some of the off-field actions, and hence why you'll see this year some different players. I think it's important that we had a young team. There's no doubt about it. It is tough to be a professional rugby in this country, and social media for me, I don't have it, but I think social media can either kill you, make you, or lie about you. So I wouldn't believe in everything that happens on social media. I thought performances in 2 games was totally unacceptable. And another 2 games we win, we make the playoffs again. Without saying that, I totally agree. Making the quarterfinals could have hidden some things. So we, as a club, are very honest around there has to be some changes around what we're doing. And there is going to be changes. And again, I'll say, if you don't represent the Drua man, then the club's not for you. Because, as you rightly said, we're pretty fickle around our sport teams. The Drua is a good brand. I'm not sure if everyone in Fiji understand how good the brand of the Drua is in Super Rugby. Outselling every other jersey, good crowd numbers. But it's extremely important we get the right people to not lose that brand. And that, for me, is number one. We do not want to go down the road of other Super Rugby teams who have lost the passion around what it means to play for Super Rugby.